Today's episode of Drunken Bastard Bakery is brought to you by Summer Ale. Also, I have live studio audience right there. Charlie. Okay, I've had some beer. Getting a little buzzed. Not quite drunk, but it is time to make some pie. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to cut up some strawberries, some rhubarb, and we'll get started. Alright, I have some strawberries, and I have some rhubarb. Looks a little bit like celery, but it isn't. So, I don't think I have what the recipe calls for as far as that goes, but I will make do with what I got, because I'm the best at it thereof. To cut strawberries or rhubarb, got to have a knife. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that. Toss that motherfucker in there. Get that motherfucker in there. Get it in there. Get it in there. That's all. Get the fuck out of my way, yeah. Alright, motherfucker. Slice the top off of there. Pull it off, slice it off, I don't care. It don't matter. Cut that off, don't cut your finger, nothing like that. That would be rude and insensitive. Cut that motherfucker off there. Now a lot of it's going to cook down when I don't have enough rhubarb, like I said, but we'll do it. I'll make it with what I got. It'll still be good. It's not going to take away from the flavor. It's just going to take away from the rhubarb. I'm going to throw a couple of those in there. Get all that green shit out of there. Cut that motherfucker right in half. Cut that. I don't see this as being a very difficult thing, especially when the ultimate goal is to get to a fantastic dessert. And you know, who doesn't like dessert? Who doesn't want that dessert to be ridiculously good? Strawberry. All right. Now, ordinarily you would add sugar. Well, this is low carb, so I'm not adding sugar. What I am adding is a sweetener, not known as sugar. So I'm going to do that. This is a 1/4 cup right here. That's what this is, a 1/4 cup. Fill that up. Now, I'm going to take this 1/4 cup of sugar. I'm going to put it in there. Alright. Now, this is a 1/8 cup. Alright, that's going to be pretty close to a 1/3 cup. I don't have a 1/3 cup measuring thing. So, this is going to have to do. Now, this is one of the things you can't mess up on very, very well. Cornstarch. I need some cornstarch. I checked. I made sure there's very little to zero carbs. Actually, the total carb count is 9 per serving. However, a tablespoon is a serving. So there's going to be quite a bit of carbs just in the cornstarch by itself. Throw some of that in there. That's about all I have left is the measurement that's asked for. It's about all I have left. Now, that's going to put the carb count up to probably around 18 per serving once the pie is done. However, there are things that are going to offset that motherfucker. There's things that are going to offset that. This is the mixture now as it is right here. See? Now I got everything in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on this saucepan, in the saucepan right here. Just like that. I'll put everything in there. And you can see the different ingredients dropping out of there. Oh yeah, some things have already started to melt in there. See that? So I'm going to use a scraper. I'm going to scrape that in there. I'm going to have to cook this stuff for a little bit. So I'm going to cook it. So I'm going to want this stuff all mixed up in there. That brown sugar and everything is going to create a syrupy like stuff. And this stuff, I got cream cheese in there. Cream cheese is fine. Now that's all gone there. That's empty. I'm going to take a few minutes. I'm going to cook this stuff up. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to say, fuck you. Then I'm going to grab my lighter. And I'm going to light that flame. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say fuck you because I hate that fucking shit. Okay. It is time now for me to make the pie crust. And I will do that immediately, if not sooner. Because that's what I do. Alright. Egg number 1. Two eggs. That is a 1/4 inch measurement. That is our salt shaker. Notice I don't give a shit if it goes into the measuring spoon. Okay. That's an ingredient that you don't have to worry too much about. Vanilla extract. Everything calls for vanilla extract. That's just for the dough. Just pour a little bit in there. Not much. Just a little dash. It'll do. Alright. Now, don't have regular flour. This is low carb. What this is almond flour. Okay. I need 1 cup of almond flour. Even measurement right there of 1 cup of almond flour. Put that into that pan right there. Alright. What I need now is, this is a 1/4 cup right here. That is the 1/4 cup right there. Splendid. Throw that motherfucker in there. And I like it too. Alright. The very next thing that I need, unscrewed olive oil, otherwise known as extra virgin, or 40-year-old virgin to some of those people I know. What a funny joke. I like it. All right, right there. Throw that extra virgin or 40-year-old virgin olive oil right in there. All right. Those are the ingredients that I need. Okay, that should make my pie dough. All right, that should make my pie dough. That's all. Oh, what? Forgot one thing. Half a cup of butter, like I showed you earlier. These sticks of butter, they have the markings on there, shows how much it is. That's going to be most of that stick that I did earlier. Now, gotta have the fuel. Can't do this without the fuel. Let me just tell you that. What I'm going to do, move stuff out of my way for one. Okay, so now you got a drunken bastard sitting here. I'm actually standing here. I'm not even sitting. Getting ready to use electronics. Is that a good idea? It is when baking is in the nature of the man thereof. Blender! Aha! Mix that shit up real good. Now you can see if the recipe said that this was going to create enough pie crust. For a double crust. Okay, what I didn't see is I didn't see if this was going to make enough for a double crust. I need a double crust. I need a crust on the bottom. I need a crust on the top. Do you know the Muffin Man? I know the Muffin Man. He makes me muffins every day, that motherfucker. Okay. This pie is going to bake on 400 for about 40-45 minutes, something like that. Okay, the pie is in the oven. In about 40-45 minutes or so, I will take it out of the oven. And I will have me a taste of that delicious dessert. Low carb style. Thanks for joining me for this production of the third episode of the Drunken Bastard Bakery. Ladies and gentlemen, my friends, I present to you the finished product. Strawberry rhubarb pie. Low carb.